If you've thought you've known what to do to experience abundance and well-being in your life and in your bank account, if you've gone about doing those things and it hasn't produced the result you thought it would, this video is for you. I'm reminded of a time when my husband, who's pretty mechanical by nature, was working on our car, and he was changing the fuel filter or the air filter or the oil filter. I don't know, remember which one it was. And he was out there working, and I was doing my thing in the house, and suddenly he came into the house and he was so frustrated. He said, "I can't get the dang fuel filter off." Yeah, it must have been the fuel filter. "I can't get it loose. I've done everything I know to do, and I just can't get it loose. Will you come out and see if you can see if I'm doing something wrong?" Now, I'm not very mechanical at all, but I do have a weird way of looking at things. I can be pretty intuitive, so I thought, okay. So Dan comes out and he shows me what he's trying to do, and this filter, we'll call it the fuel filter. If you're a mechanic and you know this is not what I'm describing, bear with me. But it was kind of like this can type of a thing that was kind of set at a weird angle in the motor. And he was saying, "I'm trying to get it off." And he showed how he was twisting it, and he used a gripper and he twisted, and he even got a tool that's designed for it to give him leverage to twist it. And it just wouldn't budge. And if he didn't get it off, he couldn't put the new one on. He said, I've done it from up above. I've tried to get down below under the car to get it, and I'm just not getting it. And I watched, and I looked, and I listened, and realized this little cylindrical can-like thing was kind of at a weird angle. And I looked at him, I said, "Is there any chance you're turning it the wrong way?" And he's like, "No, left to loosen, left to loosen." And he showed me what he was doing. But for whatever reason, because of the angle he was looking at it, or the way he was looking at it, he thought he was going left to loosen. But as he demonstrated it to me, looking at it from my perspective, he was actually going right. And I said, "I think you're going the wrong way." And he said, "No way." But he said, "I'll give it a try." So even though everything in him said he had to turn it this way, he trusted my perspective and he started to turn it the other way. And it took a while to budge, but then it budged. And he laughed a little bit because all the times he had been trying to loosen it, he was actually tightening it. But he broke it, it came off, he put the new one on, we're ready to go. I've never forgotten that. And I can't really explain how he was looking at it mixed up. But he knew what to do. He knew the left to loosen was the rule. He had the right tools. But the way he was looking at it prevented him from using what he knew and using the tools he had to have the results he wanted. And I come along and just look at it from a different way, from a different place, maybe one of my trademark head tilts, and now his actions, what he knew, and his tools worked and produced the desired result. I was thinking about that experience. It happened a long time ago because just recently he was doing the same thing on our current car. And for a moment, he was getting frustrated because it didn't seem to loosen. And then he remembered and he thought, well, maybe I'm looking at it backwards. My way of seeing it is off. And he went the opposite direction of the way he thought he needed to go. And it worked. It's such a simple story, but it has so much relevance to you, to me, to those of us who oftentimes know what to do. We have great tools. We think we're doing what's necessary to experience abundance in our lives and in our bank accounts. And yet it's not happening, not the way we expected. And we start to get frustrated. And we get angry, and we get discouraged, and we start to feel hopeless, and we start to think something's wrong with us, when in truth, nothing's wrong with us, but there might be something wrong with the way we're seeing it. 28 years as an abundance coach, what I've discovered most throughout all of my clients and throughout all of my own journey is that when we've tried all the things and we've read the books and we have the tools and we're doing the things, but we're not experiencing that a sense of abundance and freedom and joy and fulfillment and well-being we had wanted, even if we're making a lot of money, even if we have a lot of savings in our bank account. It's not that what we're doing is the problem or wrong. It's not what we know. It's not that we don't have the right tools. It's that we need a new way of looking at it. We need a new way of seeing. We need a new perspective. Because believe it or not, so much of what we've been taught and the tools we have for creating abundance are actually more in reaction to scarcity and our fear of it. And because of that, they don't work. They just perpetuate scarcity in another form, no matter what we do or tools we use. Now, if I'm describing you, if what I'm saying is resonating with you, if you're starting to think, maybe it's not what I know, maybe it's not me, maybe it's not my tools, maybe I just need to see it a little differently, I invite you to click in the link in this video description and go watch a free 4-minute video on my website. Because as you'll see right there, it's not what you're doing that's the problem. It's like what you need is a new way of seeing. And that 4-minute video is going to very quickly introduce you to seeing why what you've been doing hasn't worked and what that new way of seeing could be for you. More importantly, what it can offer you.